What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys my week 25 results on my $0 100k challenge. So in this video, we're going to look at my past week results, how much I was up or down on the week. We're going to look at a few different stocks I called out from last week's video and also during the trading week this week. We're also going to look at some stocks to look at going into next week, and also a few different interesting sectors which could be looking to boom in the near future. So we're going to dive into all those amazing things in just a second and give you guys the breakdown. But as always, before we do that, people, I'd love if you guys could just hit that thumbs up for me, hit the like button, just drop that thumbs up. Honestly, it doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to stop you from watching this video. It's not going to take away anything from your pockets. Please hit the like button. Also, make sure you comment on the video. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know if you want me to do a more detailed video, in-depth video about the stocks I'm looking at next week. Let me know your thoughts just overall. And of course, make sure you guys share these videos with your friends to get them out to more people, help more people understand a little bit more about the stock market. Maybe your friends are on a challenge to 1K or 10K or 25K or 100K. Either way, share these videos with them. And lastly but not least, if you're new to this channel, or even if you're not new to this channel but you've not subscribed yet, please hit the beautiful red button below and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. And now for today's video, let's dive into how this past week went on this 100k challenge and see where my portfolio is lying after the past couple of red weeks and recent struggles. Today was the last Friday of June, and we're going to close out June, the first 3 days of next trading week. But let's see how this week panned out. So unfortunately, this was another red week for me, and it's not what it looks like. Of course, yes, I lost on this week. I was down almost 2.8k, but you guys need to know this. This week I actually did very well with my calls, my breakdowns, my plays, but the beginning of the week was what held me back. The beginning of the week, we lost a lot of money due to the crypto sell-off. There was a heavy crypto sell-off. You guys might have seen that. And I also lost a little bit of money from call options on stocks, which were, we're going to get into in a second. But I didn't actually trade a lot of plays this week. I traded about, I think, 5 plays max, honestly. And we can have a look at a few of those. So there's only one place to start with this trading week. You guys must have seen, and if you guys don't know already, there's a stock that I traded back in February, January. I also traded it last month. I've traded it a few times. I also own shares of this stock, and that is Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol Spce. So they got approved to fly their customers to space yesterday, and that literally helped the stock explode. Now, bear in mind, this stock was sitting around $19 the middle of last month to now where it's almost at $60. And yes, I made this day trade today. Honestly, it was a robbery. I did the same day expiry and I put in $975 and took away almost $1,900. And this was all in a 12-minute trade. Now, if I'd actually left this trade for about 3 more minutes, I would have left with about $2,300 after putting in $975 just pretty much 10-12 minutes ago. So this was a stock I discussed in chat. I've told you guys about this stock many times. This stock likes to run, it likes to shoot off. In January or end of January, February, when I bought shares, I actually placed options when it was around $29. It ran up to highs of $62. So as you guys may remember, I 10x my money and I spent about $2,500 then. At this point, it's done a lot of the running, but don't be surprised if it continues running into next week. So that was what my one of 4 or 5 plays this week. But let's have a look at one which didn't go so well and one which actually was part of the downfall with this week's trading. So Torchlight, ticker symbol TRCH, this had a really bad week. Unfortunately, today it had a good day but sold off heavily after hours. I wasn't actually at the market to see this kind of thing. It's down almost 50% on the week. It was an option I got into on Monday, and it was up very slightly for about a couple hours, and since then it's just been on the downtrend. Now this call expires in July 16, so we still have time, but I don't have that much faith. All it needs is one good day and we'll see what happens. Caterpillar is another one I jumped into before I actually headed out before market closed today, and we are down 22% on that one, 21.59%. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this one, but hopefully, by next week we should see it in the green again. If it does run, then our call option expires next week Friday, so we need it to run the first few days of trading week. Otherwise, I'll cut out if I get to like 30-35% losses. Apple is another one I called out last week. This sold off heavily today, but it's had a very strong week. I actually called this out in the Discord and also on my 100k challenge video last week. So keep your eyes on that one next week. We may play it again. Now let's look at another stock I called out in my 100k challenge last week, and also was actually very first call out of this week. Bank of America had a very good week, had a very good day. And speaking of Bank of America, we also have Wells Fargo, which had a very good day and very good week. And since we're still in the banking sector, the financial sector, let's look at JP Morgan Chase, which also had a very nice day and a solid week overall. So the banking sector is doing pretty well right now, and I think it's going to continue that run going into next week. So keep your eyes on that. Now there's another stock I wanted to get into today, which was Dollar Tree, ticker symbol DLTR. I'm looking at $100 calls for July 16th for this one. I placed an order to buy the premiums at $1.10, and the premiums are now around $1.20, so I didn't get my order filled. But it did drop to these areas, and I believe this one will see $100 by July 16th. So I may look to get into this one sometime next week, just depending on what the stock does. Another stock which I called out this week and did a breakdown of in the premium Discord was PENN, National Gaming, ticker symbol PENN. This one keeps hitting an area of resistance just under the $77 point. It's still under $77 right now, even though it shot up today. It had a weird day, but it was down on the day, but it's up after hours and it's ended strong, and it's still under $77. I would love to see it hold above $77 from one close to the next open, and just hold above that level for a little bit. After that, I would love to buy shares on it. I'd love to buy $80 call options on it for probably the July 9th or maybe July 16th, and then we can finally get rocking with this one. Plug Power is another stock which I like trading, and this is probably one to watch for next week. This sold off today and it's now below $32, but it hit $34 a couple times this week, and there was money to be made there. I did call it out on a live stream I did on YouTube, and you guys can trade this going into next week. It's one of the stocks that I do enjoy trading, but there are also many other options at this point. Palantir is another one. It had a mixed day and it's slightly down after hours, but on the week it's up. I think I'm looking at $27.50 calls, possibly for next week Friday, otherwise it will be for July 9th, but I think you have good opportunity with this one as well. And last but not least, another stock I've banged on about recently a lot, Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. This had a strong day, it's had a very strong week. Alibaba was up almost 5%, it was up 4.63% on the day, and after hours it's up again. On the week it was up just over 8%. So this had a really strong day and a really strong week, and I'm happy to see this stock doing well again. I've been saying for a few weeks now it's a buy between 205 and 210, maybe slightly higher. You can get away with that, and the stock is starting to rally. I do believe the rally will continue going into next week, just like many of these stocks I mentioned, Plug Power, Palantir, etc. But one thing you need to note with these kind of stocks is they're going to have their run-ups and they're going to pull back a little bit. When they pull back a little bit, that's your time to get in. Virgin Galactic did the same thing. Today, I also told the Discord, it's going to pull back, due to sell-offs at market open, people dumping shares, but that's the time to buy the call option so they run up again. So keep your eyes out on those different stocks. And again, if you don't know those stocks, I had Palantir in there, I had Alibaba in there, Plug Power in there. We had the financial sector, so Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, and of course, Virgin Galactic. So keep your eyes on all of those going into next week. So another sector I would like to talk about going into next week, and maybe for the next few weeks, is the travel sector. So you've got your stocks like American Airlines, Boeing, Delta, Southwest. All of these are sectors which are slightly oversold, but they have potential going into next week. If you go check the charts out, you'll see that these are kind of bouncing along support lines right now, and they do have room to run. So one thing to remember with all these airlines is eventually airlines are going to come back. They're going to be people flying in every week, loads of people flying every day, and we're going to need these airlines. They'll be generating a lot more revenue, people are going to be using them again, things will be in full flow, the economy, the money will be flowing again. But by that time, will you have gobbled up shares, or will you just been trading options on them? I made this mistake last year. Traded options on American Airlines, as you guys know, many times, at $12, at $14, at $20. Now it's at $22. I don't have any shares. You've got to make sure you're also buying shares of these companies with long-term perspective. That also goes for banks. I told you guys last week, Bank of America is below $39. It's around $38.20. Now's a good time to buy in. Now it's at over $41. You can make money for call options, but you can also buy shares. Exactly what I've done with Virgin Galactic. And speaking of buying shares and buying call options, you can utilize different trading strategies based on the situation. You can sell calls because of, you've got 100 shares, 200 shares. You can buy puts, after a heavy run up. Those could be short-term puts. You can do different things, but make sure that you're buying shares you can hold long term. You don't forget about the overall goal. Have that large portfolio with a lot of money coming in yearly. You're beating the S&P 500, you're beating the Nasdaq, you're generating higher percentages than your common ETF, your average mutual fund. You want to make sure you're in that position. Without buying shares, you can't be in that position. You can't live off options forever. You can't continuously trade forever. You've got to take time out to start investing long term. So make sure when you guys are making this money with your option trades, you focus on a long-term goal as well. So those are my results of my week 25 100K challenge. Now we're just about 47% of the way there. I think a little bit higher than that. I did deposit some money today, as you guys saw the funds. So that was 3K deposited today. Of course, the trade with Virgin Galactic helped me make some money. So I'm almost at $5,000 buying power, and I think next week I'll be looking to buy some long-term shares and then use the rest of the money to flip some options. But now the goal for me is to just make sure that I'm making a bit of profit every single week. That is all I think I need to do, because the last 3 weeks have been red weeks and it is kind of getting difficult with this 100k challenge. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please do show your support. It helps in a huge way. Also, if you've not checked out the Discord, please do check out the Discord. We have multiple free channels there, and we also have the premium part of the Discord. You guys can choose whichever one you want to join. I also have my stock option starter pack. The link is in the description below. That's that first link. You guys know it's to help you with stock options, learning about selling calls, buying calls, selling puts, buying puts, the difference, option terminology, the Greeks, all that good stuff. Go check out the reviews, testimonials, all that. But we have the stock option starter pack. Also, if you like a free stock, we have Robinhood link in the description below. Please check that out. Furthermore, there's a link to get some free cryptocurrency for you and myself through KuCoin or Coinbase. And lastly but not least, have a great Saturday and enjoy tomorrow, Sunday. Next week, we're going into July. Hopefully we start the month strong trading, and hopefully we can make some more money in July. Thanks a lot for watching today's video. That's it from me. I go into making, you go into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game.